It's been a busy week for Mark Zuckerberg. He's become the face of the metaverse, and in return, he's become the punching bag for it as well. When Mark Zuckerberg's not busy sucking the blood from the necks of unicorns like Voldemort, he's making horrifying promotional pieces for the metaverse where he's interviewing people, and it's frightening. It's genuinely like startling. And I just wanted to share the most recent one where he's talking about gaming. And this fucking thing sounds like two aliens having a conversation with one another, but they're trying their best to blend in as humans, but they don't know enough about our culture. They read a single book like 50 Shades of Grey and assume that's how all humans behave. It is startling how not normal this feels. And I get that it's low-hanging fruit to make fun of Mark Zuckerberg, but god damn it, he's such a goofy goober and all this metaverse shit has been so wacky, I can't help but talk about it.
Keep creating. Now, Deb from our studios team is joining me. Deb, do you want to take us through some of the exciting games in the pipeline for Quest?
Absolutely.
I hate to interrupt so early, but Mark Zuckerberg is genuinely made of binary code. I can see the numbers being crunched and the algorithms being run to try and make it appear like he's human. He's like smiling at the weirdest times. It's like an NPC that's glitching out during a conversation in a video game. Unfortunately, the smiling code just isn't complete. This doesn't look human. Like he'll be talking and then throw in a smile randomly, but it looks like this. This is not a normal smile. This is that kind of shit that you fake on Christmas morning when you get socks that you didn't want, but you don't want your parents to feel bad. You don't want them to know that you're not happy with the gift, so you give them one of these.
Over the years, we've had the opportunity to work with incredible developers like Vertigo Games, the studio behind fan favorite Arizona Sunshine.
I love Arizona Sunshine. That game basically got me and my friends through the first few months of the pandemic.
That's awesome. If you enjoyed that, Mark, I think you'll be excited that we're partnering with Vertigo on 5 more great games.
One thing you'll notice throughout the entire interview is the woman that Mark Zuckerberg is interviewing is using a lot of hand gestures, and I'm convinced it's a cry for help. Like she's trying to spell out torture with her hand gestures, kind of like YMCA, but torture. Very reminiscent of that time that soldier was caught in the Vietnam War, and during a press conference he started blinking torture in Morse code. I think that's what's going on here. I can't prove it, but there's definitely something fishy afoot here. There's no reason for her to be like fucking popping and locking throughout the whole interview. There's gotta be a reason for it. Also, that Mark Zuckerberg just told the second biggest lie of his career, right behind the time he said that Facebook wasn't selling user data. Him saying he knows what Arizona Sunshine is and it got him through the pandemic. There's a 0% chance he's ever played that game. You can tell by the way he answered it. Oh, Arizona Sunshine. I do love that video game.
From Deep Silver and others. We'll share more about this lineup very soon.
Nice. What else is coming?
Well, the metaverse is constantly evolving. So one of the most important aspects will be live service games that launch updates and new downloadable content regularly, like Echo VR, Beat Saber, Onward, Pistol Whip, and more. We're focused on this a lot right now.
I don't know if those are hype announcements or anything, like someone right now hearing that and fucking pumping their fists like, yeah, Pistol Whip, let's go. The only game I know there is Beat Saber, and that game does slap for sure. I don't know exactly what's going to change about Beat Saber in the metaverse that isn't currently in Beat Saber, but god damn it, I mean, that sounds cool. But I think a cooler way to announce that would have been by doing literally anything else besides this. This just sounds like two Skyrim NPCs having a conversation.
Making sure games can build out active communities. Beat Saber has a passionate community.
Oh, I love Beat Saber.
So do I. And Beat Saber just passed $100 million in lifetime revenue on Quest alone. It's a great example of a game that keeps releasing fresh content.
This has the same energy of the Chris Pratt is so cool thing from Nintendo. Mark Zuckerberg just saying, oh, I love Beat Saber. I'm like, okay, Mark, whatever, I guess.
They've actually been working on evolving the way that you interact with the tracks and feel the music. Also, the team has been working on something really cool. Check this out. I can't wait to play this.
Oh, Jiminy Cricket, I cummed. Wow, I see why Mark Zuckerberg gave Beat Saber his stamp of approval with an announcement like that. Hooey! Like I said, I like Beat Saber as much as the next guy. I think Beat Saber is great. A fucking talented mapper once mapped the entire Shrek movie in Beat Saber to play through, so I think the game's incredible. But what the fuck is this?
And they keep partnering with incredible artists to release new music packs all the time. Did you play the Billie Eilish music pack last month?
A little more than I should have. I probably should have been working more on this Metaverse presentation.
Well, they have a great lineup of artists for 2022. And there's one more epic surprise before the end of the year. So stay tuned. Okay, have you played Population 1?
I mean, yeah, I love the game so much that...
For those who haven't...
Ooh, shit. She just cucked the Zuck. Interrupted him as he was about to lie about liking another video game. Apparently he's a huge Billie Eilish fan, and she just came in and then fucking slapped the dick out of his hand there. He was about to go in like, oh yes, actually, Population 0, one of my favorite games ever created. Of course, a masterpiece by all accounts. And she said, no sir, not on my watch, putting the kibosh on that shit right away. Interrupted him, and he never tries to get back in the conversation. She just takes it. She takes control.
Population 1 is a thrilling battle royale that is only possible in VR. Since its launch at Connect last year, it has become one of the highest earning games on Quest and the biggest multiplayer FPS on the platform. You can have up to 24 people in at once for a match.
I won't play any more of this. You get the idea. It's a very weird conversation that just doesn't sound normal. Mark Zuckerberg has this incredible ability to make not only himself but everyone around him sound and act like robots. I bet she does not normally talk or move like this, but just being in the presence of Zuckerberg like fucking lobotomized her and had her like a puppet on his strings. She was the marionette, he was the puppet master, and this is the result. She was probably directed to act this way, like be as human as possible. So then she ends up looking like some kind of crazy cartoon character doing all exaggerated gestures and shit. And it's just so weird. Every time Mark Zuckerberg tries to promote the metaverse or really anything, it's just uncomfortable. I just want to talk about it again. I mean, that's about it. See ya. When you think of Mark Zuckerberg, I bet you're not thinking of his top-tier showmanship. And I think that is a crime. He is so slept on when it comes to his talent as a performer. He is like Penn and Teller, but for technology. The way he is able to, convey his electrifying personality to the audience, to get them on the edge of their seats, eating out of the palm of his hands with his really high-octane and fun tech showcases he likes to do. And let me tell you, he is no stranger to things going tits up during these demonstrations. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a Mark Zuckerberg-fronted meta showcase that goes according to the book. And there is nobody less equipped to handle that than Mark Zuckerberg himself. So yesterday, or it might have been 2 days ago, I already can't remember, he was doing a showcase for his new Meta glasses, and nothing was going right. But you wouldn't even know that with how smooth he plays it off.
Really proud of this. Maybe let's make, I don't know, what should we make? Maybe like a steak sauce, maybe Korean-inspired type thing, just to show what the live AI is like.
Yeah, let's try it. It's not something I've made before, so I could definitely use the help. Hey, Meta, start live AI.
Starting live AI.
Whew! Close shave. We've passed the first obstacle. Having Meta respond and the live AI assistant agreeing to take part in this demonstration without any kind of rebellious undertones. Mark Zuckerberg can breathe a huge sigh of relief. And his sidekick that looks like Seth Rogen, well, for him, the torment is only just beginning.
I love the setup you have here with soy sauce and other ingredients. How can I help?
Hey, can you help me make a Korean-inspired steak sauce for my steak sandwich here?
You can make a Korean-inspired steak sauce using soy sauce, sesame oil.
What do I do
brown
first?
sugar-
What do I do first?
Extremely rude from Seth Rogen here to interrupt her, saying, "What do I do first?" She did not take kindly to that, so then she started not talking to him anymore. She gave him the silent treatment. It is pure fucking pandemonium out here. It's chaos, and you can see him start to fidget. He's kind of swaying back and forth, hitting like a, fighting game character idle animation right now, and it's only going to get worse.
You've already combined the base ingredients, so now grate a pear to add to the sauce.
What do I do first?
You've already combined the base ingredients, so now grate the pear and gently combine it with the base sauce.
All right, I think the Wi-Fi might be messed up. Sorry, back to you, Mark.
It's all good.
Now, what you're seeing here wasn't part of the plan. I know that's hard to believe with how well it was played off here with, the Wi-Fi excuse. Very possible. Maybe it is all just a big Wi-Fi error, naturally. Live AI got confused here, thinking that he had already combined all of the ingredients for the steak sauce, so it was giving him the final directive of grating the pear. But we weren't up to that step yet. I don't know...
You know what? It's all good. It's, the irony of the whole thing is that you spend years making technology and then the Wi-Fi at the day kind of catches you.
Now we're running with the Wi-Fi scapegoat. A solid strategy here from Mark. We are all in agreement it must have been the Wi-Fi, the culprit behind this disaster here with the Korean-inspired steak sauce. Now, a lesser man would have packed it up and called it quits, saying, "Fuck you guys, this Wi-Fi is not up to my standards, I will not sully my technology with this less than premium service, we're out of here." But no, not Mark but Zuckerberg. He said, "I'm here to smoke meats and damn it, that's what I'm gonna do. The show must go on." And so it did.
A few moments later.
So I think our call will be coming in any moment now.
Pause WhatsApp video call.
There we go. Uh-oh. Well, let's see what happened there. That's too bad. I don't know what happened. Maybe Boz can try calling me again. All right. Well, I got a missed video call. Okay, there's the actual video call. All right. I'm just going to pick that up with my neural band. This is, it happens.
You gotta love a supportive audience. The way Mark Zuckerberg is working them, he's turned this disaster into something positive. A comedic experience that the crowd is going wild for. They're loving it. They're having such a great time watching this. Now, if you've got real keen eyes, you might be able to observe a hint of uncomfortableness emanating from Mark Zuckerberg. He's doing a great job at hiding it, but it starts to shine through the cracks a little bit that he is a little perturbed. He is not liking that the technology is completely floundering here during the demonstration. Technology that will, of course, cost consumers hundreds of dollars, and now it is being shown that it doesn't work super well, apparently. But it could just be that pesky fucking Wi-Fi. It could even be sabotage. We don't know for sure.
Yeah, let's, what do you think? Let's just go ahead and...
Pause WhatsApp video call.
Let's go for a fourth. All right. Try it again. I keep on messing this up.
There is one clapping seal in that fucking audience that anytime Mark Zuckerberg smiles or says a word, he just goes, "Woo! Grow up! Jesus, man. Good Lord. Get a grip. You don't need to be trying to, cushion the awkwardness here or anything like that. You can just sit there and let him continue to stew in the agony of all the fuck-ups that are unfolding in front of you. But you don't need to be there to pat him on the ass like, "It's okay, Mark, you tried your best. Whoa, Mark Zuckerberg, yeah!" It's just, I don't know, I find that behavior so odd for these kind of, tech showcases. Mark Zuckerberg's not going to care about you. He's not going to give you a big thumbs up for it. Hey, where's that positive guy that keeps cheering me on every time something fucks up here? Is it you? All right. And he starts crawling over the chairs. "I'm going to suck your cock. All right, now present your wiener. I want to give you a sincere thanks."
And if not, then we'll go for the less fun option. Okay. I don't know what to tell you guys. All right. We're going to have Boz come out here, and we're just going to go to the next thing that I wanted to show, and hope that will work.
I wonder what the less fun option was here. That sounded like an ominous threat. You gonna kill her, Mark? Is that what that was? You're gonna go back there and slit the AI assistant's throat or something? That was I don't know, it sounded so devilish. But he even took responsibility, saying, "Oh, it must be something I'm doing wrong. I messed up." And that's very big of you, Mark. He's saying, "No, it's not the technology's fault. It must be user error. I didn't consult the handbook. I didn't go through the tutorials here or the certification training to handle such beefy tech. It must be on me. And of course the pesky Wi-Fi that we all know, known to cause these kind of problems naturally. But good news, hopefully you've still got your hand on your wallet ready to fork over hundreds of dollars for this. They did identify these problems, and they have fixed them apparently. According to Andrew Bosworth, they fundamentally DDoSed themselves, which caused those hiccups. And as far as the video call goes, it was a never-before-seen bug. When the glasses went to sleep at the exact same moment, the device received a call notification, which apparently happened a few times. The bug has, according to Bosworth, been fixed, but he acknowledged the demo was a terrible place for that bug to show up. Yeah, unfortunately, just another awkward tech demonstration in the books for Mark Zuckerberg and the squad. I just had to talk about it because I've talked about all the other ones before, so this just fits kind of nicely at home with the rest. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya. Over the last year or so, I've been very hard on the metaverse. I've made multiple videos insulting it, pointing and laughing at it, calling it stupid and dumb, and just overall kind of bullying it, just putting its head in the toilet and flushing it. But the metaverse has persisted in the only way it can, with a very slight beating heart. It's kind of a failed project at this point. It's more or less a joke to everyone now, and it still keeps trying, even in the face of adversity. You know, it's saying sticks and stones might break my bones, but in the metaverse, nothing can hurt me, except massive financial loss, which they continue to take. Mark Zuckerberg today put his head down, went back on the grind, and released an update video on the metaverse with some shocking new developments, something to get everyone excited. All 6 people in the metaverse. He announced that they'll finally have legs. I'm not kidding. That's their big groundbreaking announcement. The metaverse avatars now have legs. Something VR chats had for years.
Hey, we're here together in Horizon, and this is the first time that we've done this at Connect.
Did you see that, asshole? Mark Zuckerberg's coming in here with his trademark jeans in the metaverse. He's got legs. He's got his little stompers going on. This is groundbreaking. What an achievement. They're finally catching up to technology that's been around for fucking 8 years now. The only thing sadder than the metaverse is the ending to Marley and Me. What an absolute train wreck of a project. And yet there's still people huffing copium saying it's the future, but it is just such an unbelievable waste. It's so useless. In fact, even in this presentation, the main selling point was, look at all the things you might eventually be able to do in the metaverse that we don't really have yet, but one day we might. The whole advertisement campaign for the last year of the metaverse is saying, one day the metaverse might be fun or useful, but that day is not today. Like, that is their actual marketing. And, like, it's so fucking stupid. And it's not just the metaverse that continues to fucking flounder around like a fish out of water. I read an article yesterday that really warmed my heart. It's one of those feel-good stories. It's about a $1.2 billion metaverse crypto project called Decentraland, and it only has 38 active users. Which is, of course, a shockingly low number. That's not even like a full classroom at most high schools. That's probably less people than you have in your fucking local church choir. And to put it in even more of an interesting perspective, it's the same amount of active players Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Conviction has right now, yet it still has a higher 24-hour peak for Conviction, and that's a game that came out in 2010. I just love seeing all of the metaverse fat L's that keep stacking up. It's just beautiful, honestly, because it's such a dog shit implementation of a moderately interesting idea at the moment. Just a cash grab. It's just soulless, passionless cash grab. And it is great to see it just fucking fall on its face.
And this is a preview of our next generation of avatars. They're so much more expressive and detailed than anything else today, and they have this unique meta style to them.
They're not that detailed, nor are they that expressive. They certainly do have that meta style, because that style is synonymous with actual diarrhea. But like, even Roblox characters are more expressive than most of these metaverse avatars. They're very stiff, very robotic. It's just not good. The metaverse, Mark Zuckerberg's metaverse, is a much worse version of VR chat. VR chat is a significantly better metaverse at the moment, and it's not even close.
Hey, Igram.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, want to update everyone on the latest with the avatars ecosystem?
Yes, we have so many exciting things going on. Our first milestone is making it so you could use your avatar across all of our apps and in VR.
Whoa, hold the phone, pump the brakes. I can use my avatar in multiple places? What? How is something like that even possible? Get out of town. We don't have that kind of technology. No. It is just baffling to me that they say these things unashamedly. Even on the Xbox 360, you could take your little avatar into multiple games like in the Kinect, or even like racing games. I think it was Sonic Team Racing or something, whatever the fuck it was called back then. You could just take your avatar that you made on the dashboard in 5 seconds, and you could take it in game. On the Switch, you can take your fucking Mii into the game in Smash Brothers, or they even had the Mii Universe in the old Wii. This is a concept that's been around for so many years, and the Metaverse is just now getting this capability to take this avatar elsewhere. Like, I get this one's VR, so it's like a little more involved than just like an Xbox avatar, but even still, it's a basic feature I think most people would have expected. I had no idea the Metaverse didn't already come with this. I didn't know that when you made an avatar in the Metaverse, it was locked like in fucking purgatory on Horizon or whatever it's called. It was like exclusive to just that. I assumed that avatar would be able to be used worldwide across that platform. You know, you could take that avatar wherever. So after watching this presentation, the Metaverse is even more useless than I thought it was.
Already see avatars showing up in stickers, stories, comments, and more across Instagram, Facebook, Messenger, and in the future, WhatsApp. And we're working on bringing them more to life through animation and to more places like, for example, Reels. We want you to be able to use avatars anywhere you want to express yourself.
Now, maybe this is just because I'm not the kind of person that would ever use this, but I truly feel like this is a completely worthless feature for 99% of human beings in this world. Being able to use your fucking Metaverse avatar in Instagram Reels, why would anyone use that? If you want to take a picture saying, "Missing California Summer," with like a selfie of you in bed, you'll just take a picture of you in bed. Why would you put on your VR headset, lay in bed, and then take a picture of your avatar? Or even if you don't have to go through all that effort, why would you still use an avatar to represent that story? I don't really see what the point would be. I mean, I could kind of understand it for text messages to like replace a Bitmoji with your avatar. I'm not the kind of person who's ever used a Bitmoji, but I guess for someone that does, maybe that has value. But I just can't see the vision, or can't see a person that'd be pumping their fist like, yes, finally I can use my Metaverse avatar instead of my own face. Like, it doesn't compute with me. Like, in any situation you'd use your avatar, why wouldn't you just use yourself, right? Unless, of course, you fully, like, bought into this and, like, you know, the flesh is gone and now it's just all machine. Like, Charles, you know, in the corporeal dimension is kaput. Now it's only Cyber Charles in the Metaverse. So now all my shit's just like my avatar. I don't know if I'm making sense or if I sound like a raving lunatic on crazy pills, but I just don't see why you'd start fucking Fortnite default dancing in the Metaverse as opposed to just doing that normally and posting it on your reel. You know, you're getting the same effect but with more work through the Metaverse, and it looks stupider.
Yeah, we're working on this now and expect to launch it next year.
And in virtual reality, there's already head and hand positions, so
I love the camera pans to the audience reception here who are still without legs. Mark Zuckerberg has still stolen their lower half like a rogue magician here, and all they can do is just throw confetti, just...
And in fact, today we're announcing partnership with Zoom that will let you show up as your avatar on Zoom calls.
Yeah, but why? Again, this might just be because it's a feature I would never ever use, but let's say I'm on a Zoom call and I don't feel like turning on my camera, which I imagine this is for people that don't want to turn their camera on but still want to be able to display emotions, I guess, like a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic with the Metaverse avatar, but still. The idea is it's in between video on and video off, so you still get like an avatar, but you don't have your camera on. What the fuck is the point, though? Just don't turn your camera on. The people that are, like, let's say it's a job interview or something, and you like, you're having a bad day, you know, like maybe you fell down while skateboarding and you cut up your face or something, you don't want to turn on the video. You know, turning on the avatar is not doing you any favors either. I'm sure the employer would be like, no, can you put away the cartoon, please? You know, this isn't Pixar. We want to see you. I just don't see a situation where you don't feel like turning on the video and you put the avatar there instead. Why not just keep the video off? It's not like the avatar really brings anything to the table or elevates the experience or makes it more human-like somehow. Just don't turn the video on in the first place. Like, that would be probably more respectful. I think that'd be far more professional as well, as opposed to going into like a serious Zoom meeting or something, and you don't feel like turning the camera on, so now you got like this goofy little Snapchat filter here. Just keep the video off. I just don't see it. And again, it might be because I would never use it or be in a situation where it would have any kind of practical use, but to me it just seems like another worthless thing.
Yeah, so right now, a lot of developers are building their own avatar systems since the tools that you can import are pretty basic. But over the next year or two, as all these new tools and styles become available...
I just wanted to quickly take that excerpt there because they've already said this multiple times for pretty much everything. Like, oh, we're expecting maybe about a year from now. We're expecting about a year. Oh, right now the functionality and, all of it's pretty basic. But, over the next year or two as things become available and evolve, like everything is just, in a year, perhaps. To me, that wouldn't inspire confidence. That just keeps, like, stalling. Like, oh, a year. Oh, okay, another year. Like, it's already been quite a while for the metaverse to be out here, and what it has is very lacking. So to keep pushing everything like a year or 2 years down the line, it's like, man, what the fuck am I supposed to be excited about?
Legs.
Legs! I know you've been waiting for this.
I think everyone has been waiting for this.
Pretty epic. You see Mark Zuckerberg stretch those puppies out? That was like a 55-inch vertical leap right there that Mark Zuckerberg did in his room. This guy is an athletic freak, a specimen to be studied for his raw athletic nature. But yeah, legs are now in the metaverse. Yeehaw.
Yeah, so that's where we're going to bring legs to Horizon first. And we're going to keep bringing them to more and more experiences over time as we improve our technology stack.
Oh yeah, also, they mention at the end, the legs are only going to Horizon right now. It's not even across all of the shit, I guess. So, they said sometime, at some point, the legs will make it to other shit in the metaverse, I suppose. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit because it's just another Metaverse L, and who doesn't love seeing those, right? That's about it. See ya. When it comes to making predictions, I'm wrong more often than a March Madness bracket. If I was a meteorologist, they would have me publicly executed at the town square while people throw tomatoes at me because I would legitimately never predict the weather correctly. And I almost think that that's more impressive, the fact that I can't even accidentally get a prediction right. But that doesn't mean that I don't like to keep trying, so that's what I'm doing today. I may be 0 for 100 on predictions, but we're about to change that. The curse will be lifted. Statistically, you gotta get one right eventually, and this is my one. I know for a fact Elon Musk will never fight Mark Zuckerberg in a real fight. Now, maybe they get together in the octagon and play a game of patty cake or a little slap boxing with headgear like it's straight out of SpongeBob karate episode or something, but they will never actually have a fight. For those that don't know, for the last couple months, Elon Musk and Zuckerberg has been posturing that they're going to fight each other, like in a legitimate fight. But I just don't think that's going to happen. I think this is all just publicity and attention because Elon Musk loves attention. He feeds on that more than a plant feeds on sunlight. Elon Musk photosynthesizes attention the same way plants do. It's how he lives. So I think that's the actual motivation here, is just to keep his name in people's mouths. Because there is no way he has ever thrown a punch in his life. His body is built like a tub of mayonnaise. It looks like he's smuggling 6 bowling balls in his torso. I don't think his confusing body geometry would even allow for him to throw a punch. It'd be like trying to stretch a wet spaghetti noodle. There's no way he's ever trained, nor ever even thrown a punch at a punching bag, I don't think. So this would just be a ridiculous fight to take because Mark Zuckerberg, the fucking goofy soulless android straight out of Skynet, actively trains in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and actually just won a gold and silver medal in a Jiu-Jitsu tournament a month ago. Which initially that headline didn't impress me because I just assumed Zuckerbot went in there, opened his wallet and paid everyone to just throw against him so he could feel good about himself. But there's footage of the event and he is pretty solid. He is actually pretty talented. It's clear he takes it seriously. He's also just been training with experts as well to become better at it. So this is something that he's serious about. Meanwhile, the only thing Elon Musk is serious about is shit-tier memes. Like the crustiest, dankest memes ever that no one can even ironically laugh at. If this was a fighting game, Elon Musk would be in the unusable below F-tier ranking. Meanwhile, Zuckerberg would be like C-tier. So there's just no chance. Like, there's literally no chance Elon Musk would win this fight, and he knows it. Mark Zuckerberg would smoke his meat. Mark Zuckerberg would rip his fucking tongue out and lick his ass with it. Like, Elon Musk would truly get brutalized, I think. Even though Elon Musk definitely has some size on him, it doesn't matter, because there's no way Elon Musk can use his size unless he tries to do some kind of weird forbidden jutsu where he, like, oils himself up to get real slippery and, like, slides around and attacks him like that. Like, I don't know what else he could possibly do, because he doesn't train. He hasn't trained, and he won't train. So he's already planted the seeds of doubt. He made a tweet not too long ago talking about how he might need back surgery. So he's already, like, alluding to some excuses he could use to get out of this fight to weasel his way out. So I just don't see this fight happening. I really don't see this fight happening at all. But it hasn't stopped the hype train. Elon Musk keeps talking about how it's definitely going to happen, and he even makes, like, these bold claims about where it's happening and when. Meanwhile, Zuck on Threads, and also, God rest the soul of Threads, that didn't make it more than a month before it died. What a tragically fast demise that platform had. I don't know anyone that still uses Threads except for Zuck now. That's just like his quarantine zone, his containment unit. He just goes in there and speaks, and that's the only thing left on Threads. But anyway, Zuck made this post in response to all of the posts Elon had made about how the fight's, coming up pretty soon. Zuck said, "I love this sport and I've been ready to fight since the day Elon challenged me. If he ever agrees on an actual date, you'll hear it from me. Until then, please assume anything he says has not been agreed on." Which I 100% believe Mark Zuckerberg here, because Elon Musk does nothing but make false promises and just make shit up. Like, the way Elon Musk talks about it, you'd think the fight's happening this weekend. But meanwhile, there's not a single date that's been agreed upon or anything like that. So, there's nothing confirmed here. It is still just a bunch of brouhaha, but I don't think it's ever happening. But it doesn't stop Elon Musk from puffing out his grotesque chest. He keeps making statements like this. So this was in response to Mark Zuckerberg saying, just take everything he says with a grain of salt, but I'm ready to fight whenever. Elon Musk said, "If Zuck wants my tongue," I guess. I don't really know what this emoji's supposed to mean. And now it just seems like he's more flirting than anything. So I'm having a hard time deducing these hieroglyphics here. I don't know why he's using that emoji in this fight context, but whatever. "If Zuck wants my tongue, really wants a lesson in why there are weight categories in fighting so badly, I could just head over to his house next week and teach him a lesson he won't soon forget." Elon is legitimately a 14-year-old on Xbox Live trapped in the body of a 50-year-old grown man. It is incredible. Like, this is actual old Call of Duty lobby energy here. Elon would never actually fight Zuckerberg. That's what I truly believe. If he did, that would not go well, I imagine. I really do think Mark Zuckerberg would fuck him up. I really think Zuckerberg's got psychopath energy. That man's probably got so much pent-up rage from the colossal historic failure of the metaverse that this man is just looking for an excuse. And Elon Musk might be that excuse. I think he would just absolutely destroy in this billionaire beatdown against Musk. But once again, I don't think we'll ever know for sure, because it's not going to happen. That is my prediction. I wanted to put it out here because sometimes I like to get my predictions out, and so far every single time they've been wrong. Many of you may remember I made a video talking about Halo Infinite not being real. I made that video like 4 years ago or something when they first showed like the early trailer, then a year went by and they didn't show anything else, and then like 6 months went by and they showed like actual pre-alpha level footage, and I proclaimed that the game is probably not real and even close to being released. But then it came out like a year and a half later, so it looked like they did have it cooking in the oven. And unfortunately, you know how the story goes, they served it raw. It was missing like half of the game's overall content it was supposed to have, and then it remained in a completely barren wasteland of a state where they weren't adding or changing anything about it, and then they eventually just canceled a lot of the components. And well, it's actually a very sad story, the post-release of Halo Infinite. Good news though on that front, they're getting it together. Halo Infinite's made quite a few new updates that are actually pretty well received. I haven't personally tried them myself, but they do seem like quality updates. They finally got Forge in the game, like 2 years late, but they got it. Like, baby steps, damn it. They finally started adding some shit to the game, finally starting to turn it around. Maybe too little too late, but the point is, I'm way off topic now. Point is, they did at least start making improvements there. But I did make the prediction that it wasn't even real, which I was wrong about, and that to tie it all back to what I was saying. Point is, I'm bad at predictions. I usually get them wrong. This one I am very, very confident on. I don't think there is a world where Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk have a legitimate fight against each other. I do think there is a chance that they'll have some kind of really embarrassing, silly show match where it's clear that it's not a real fight. It's just some kind of scripted mess or some kind of very haphazardly thrown together disaster where neither person is really fighting. It's just like they're toying with each other and pretending it's a fight. Like, I'm talking CW level choreography of a fight. Like, I don't think they'll ever have a real one, but I do think there's a chance they'll have a fake fight against each other just to try and capitalize off the hype. But anyway, just wanted to get that out there. That's really about it. So yeah. I hope you've got your dancing shoes on, partner, because I'm about to hit you with a story that's so beautiful, make you so happy, you won't be able to stop yourself from getting up and busting out a boogie. The laughable catastrophe of the metaverse has lost the overall parent company nearly $700 billion and has begun taking a toll on Mark Zuckerberg's personal net worth. Zuckerberg could plant his entire tongue in my ass and it still wouldn't leave a worse taste in his mouth than the ongoing failure of the metaverse. It is just the gift that keeps on giving. It's like every single day we're visited by Santa Claus who leaves us a nice little treat in the form of bad news for Facebook that you just can't help but be excited for. It's just such a wholesome moment, honestly. It's a very short list of people and things that I'm always praying on the downfall of, but at the top of that list is Facebook/Meta. That shit sucks so much dick, it is embarrassing. That shit sucks more dick than my mom on Xbox Live Call of Duty lobbies. Now, I want to make it clear, I actually don't think the whole idea is trash. Marcus Brownlee just made a really good video about VR and AR as it currently is, as well as the potential it could have for the future. And it is very interesting, and I do see some practical usage for it, and I've always said I think there is a time in the future where it will be pretty impressive, but that time is not now, and it's certainly not with the metaverse, and I really don't feel confident in Meta being the company to lead this charge when they have so little to show for most of their work right now. Let's take a look at their stock price real quick. I went over it on stream and I let out some real primal celebratory noises I didn't even know my vocal folds were capable of producing. I sound like a little kid who just tried pizza for the first time and I'm making happy noises. Looks so good. Oof. Oof. You can't help but just celebrate. It's so joyous to see the incredible delusion on display here from Zuckerberg and the entire Meta team, who's continuously pouring billions of dollars into this shithole called the Metaverse and just flushing it all down the toilet. It'd be more effective to just burn the billions of dollars. You'd get more value out of just burning the money as opposed to putting it into the Metaverse. It is such a dog shit product. It's worse than Roblox. There's no reason to ever hop in the Metaverse like with Horizon World or anything. Why not just go into Roblox? It's like a better Metaverse experience. Like, the Metaverse is 10 years behind VR chat. I made a video recently about their big conference where they announced they're going to have legs for their avatars for the first time, as if that's some kind of new innovation, like a breakthrough in technology. Even though we've been able to do that for like a decade now, and you want to know what's even sadder? It was a lie. The demonstration of the legs for the avatar was fake. It was pre-rendered. They couldn't even get it right for their own fucking conference. They scammed them. Like, they didn't even actually have the leg technology ready yet. It is so mind-boggling. They've poured billions and billions of dollars into the metaverse only to have less to show for it than a team of like 30 people with VR chat. The metaverse is just barely above Second Life from almost 2 decades ago. Like, Second Life might actually be technologically more impressive than the current metaverse, honestly. It is such a joke, but it's a beautiful, costly joke because it is just wiping value out from the parent company. $700 billion just sent straight to hell over the last like year or so. How can you not be happy to hear that? Facebook is awful, Meta is awful, but Metaverse is the key. Facebook is a disease, and the Metaverse is the cure, and the cure is just killing the host. Like, you know, once Facebook's dead, all the problems go away. You know, it's a pretty impressive solution. The Metaverse is just that plague to finally just wipe out the trash that is Facebook, which I think is beautiful. Of course, I'm being exaggeratory. I don't think Facebook's going anywhere anytime soon, but it is on an incredibly remarkable downward spiral, a death spiral. But they have their fingers in so many pies they might be able to recover in other sectors, perhaps. But Metaverse is doing everything it can to bankrupt them as quickly as possible. It's doing the speedrun any percent dead business route, and it's doing an impressive split right now. It's going for a gold split. Now, I think it's important we shout out a couple of heroes of this story. So, big hats off and a salute to all of the developers that are hosing Facebook and Meta for all of this investment money. I don't know how you can pour billions of dollars into a project like this and have so little to show for it. They have to either be hiring the most untalented developers the world has ever seen, like literally going to local middle schools and asking who wants the code for Meta, because they are not getting shit done, or they're going to developers that are overcharging for almost no service and laughing about it in their face. So I'm thinking it's the latter. They're just going to the developers and they're just overcharging the fuck out of this, scamming them, and giving them nothing. You could give like 10 grand to like 3 people on Twitter and they would probably be able to put legs in your VR game before Metaverse does. I also think I should clear up some confusion here because the company themselves does a horrible job of explaining what exactly all this shit is. Unironically, Marques Brownlee's video is a better presentation for the Metaverse than anything Zuckerberg or that entire team has put together. When I'm talking about the Metaverse, I'm more specifically focusing on Horizon Worlds, since that's Meta's really flagship Metaverse title. And that's the one where you walk around without legs. You walk around like SpongeBob with the anchor arms. It's fucking laughable how dated and behind the times it is. Honestly, Horizon Worlds as it is right now feels like a little mini game that would have been at Disney Quest back in the late 90s. Disney Quest being that old arcade thing in Orlando. Used to love that place, God rest its soul. But Horizon Worlds would have been cool there back then. It's not cool now. It's just embarrassing. There's one thing that Twitch chat brought up when I was talking about this that I actually didn't even consider that would have been a really smart play here from the get-go. Why didn't they just buy VR chat or like purchase the whole team and build upon that game? They're so tardy to the party with the technology itself. I don't see why they wouldn't have started instead of like at ground level, why they just wouldn't hit the ground running and start by purchasing the VR chat team and game and building upon that for their vision. They're so busy playing catch up with things VR chat's had for years. Why wouldn't you have just considered purchasing VR chat in the team? I'm glad they didn't, because it's great watching the entire company crash and burn like this. It's a beautiful spectator sport, but I'm just a little shocked that they didn't consider that option as all, because they are very, very much behind. Like, it's not even close right now. Maybe it will be in the future, who knows? But so far, every single Metaverse presentation they've done has always just been, we don't have any of these features, but we're thinking about it, and we might have them in the near future, maybe next year or the year after. Their presentations are always just telling people they might be coming in a year or two. That's not exciting, that's not hype, that's just sad. If you haven't seen any like actual gameplay from the Metaverse, I implore you to take a look. I feel horrible for the community that's already there, all 9 of them, because they're getting a significantly worse experience there compared to any other alternative. Compare any of the worlds in Horizon Worlds to anything in VR chat, and the difference is absolutely shocking. It's night and day. VR chat is just so far above Metaverse in every possible aspect. I just don't understand how for billions of dollars invested in this project, they can be this primitive and this bare bones. But anyway, it's great to watch from a distance. So I just wanted to talk about this a little bit, maybe brighten your day with this great news, and yeah, that's about it. See ya. Facebook used to be the cool social media platform that came and slapped around MySpace and put it in its grave. All your friends were using Facebook, everyone posting their status. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Posting pictures, talking to each other, it was the place to be. And then your parents and grandparents found it and it stopped being cool. Then it started to be all about how 5G reptilians faked the moon landing and the government's putting chemtrails in the sky that's destroying our sperm cells and shit like that. Over the years, Facebook has just become like Arkham Asylum for the criminally insane. A fucking disaster of a platform. And today, Facebook made its biggest announcement since it was revealed that they're selling all of your information to everybody ever. They announced that they're changing their name to Meta. Zuckerberg bot gave an inspired 40-second speech where he was once again devoid of even the most basic human emotion. He announced that Facebook is rebranding itself to fit more in line with where it sees itself in the future, and that future is the Metaverse. I'm sure you've all heard of the Metaverse by now since a lot of people have been talking about it, and a lot of older people seem really afraid of it. They're treating it like the next Y2K. You'll have like old Cletus and Ruth like, I'm fucking getting rid of these computers, god damn it, I knew they were from the devil. I'm strapping myself in, getting the shortwave radio out with my old double barrel meat cannon. Bring it, Metaverse, because they think they're going to get fucking vaporized by it. But there's nothing to fear here. Just take it from Mark Zuckerberg himself. Let him explain it to you.
Today, we're going to talk about the Metaverse, starting with the most important experience of all, connecting with people.
Sorry to immediately interrupt here, but why would they have Mark Zuckerberg, of all people, talking about the human connection? This guy hasn't connected to a human being in the better part of a decade now. If I was part of the upper echelon of Facebook, the very first thing I would do would be to forbid Mark Zuckerberg from appearing in any promotional material involving Facebook. He just makes it seem like the company is run by actual robots and is completely soulless, which it absolutely is. But I mean, still, why have him be like your public speaker for the company, talking about connecting to people? The only thing Zuckerberg is connected to in the last decade is the electrical outlets to charge his batteries.
Imagine you put on your glasses or headset and you're instantly in your home space. It has parts of your physical home recreated virtually. It has things that are only possible virtually.
Hey, are you coming?
Yeah, you just gotta find something to wear. Alright.
I love how the in-game avatar looks more human than the real Mark Zuckerberg does.
Hi.
What's up, Mark?
Whoa, we're floating in space? Who made this place? It's awesome. The Metaverse will be like. Imagine if you could be at the office without the commute. You would still have that sense of presence, shared physical space, those chance interactions that make your day all accessible from anywhere.
Yeah, if you've played VR chat before, you basically know what to expect with the Metaverse here. That's the impression I get. Obviously, there's a little more to it, especially when it comes to the augmented reality elements, and I do think it's pretty cool, to be honest. Like, I think it's a cool idea if it was anyone but Facebook doing it, but I love the idea of you going to work and you have like a Ugandan Knuckles or Big Chungus skin, and your boss is like, what the fuck is this? And you're like, I'm in my ideal workspace, baby. I'm connecting. I also absolutely love the idea, like the wet dream of Mark Zuckerberg and his team having a serious meeting in the Metaverse, and 4chan raids it like they did back in Habbo Hotel with the pools closed. They just come in, shut that shit down. Zuckerberg scrambling like, oh my god, get your meta blasters, we're going to war. And it becomes like some kind of all-out, like, absolute Metaverse catastrophe. In the real world, there's not a huge chance that a Facebook meeting gets invaded by people wearing a Shia LaBeouf skin. But in the Metaverse, I feel like that could happen at any moment. Facebook's not exactly known for their optimal security and privacy, so I feel like it's just a matter of time before people figure out how to, like, go into other people's work, kind of like how they already do on Zoom and just crash it. So that'll be pretty wild, and by far the most exciting part about the Metaverse is being able to be advertised to right in your fucking shit, like right up in your shit, you'll be getting ads. Whether it's ads for, like, in-app purchases, like he even mentions in the press conference, like, yeah, you won't even need a full TV, you can just buy like $1 TV and put it in your house. So just like all of these constant ads for all of these different items and utilities, as well as just different products. Shopping in the Metaverse is probably going to be the most intrusive advertising of all time. I don't exactly know how that's going to look when it launches, but I am guessing it's going to be fucking rough. Just picture this, you're kicking back with the boys in the Metaverse, you're watching basketball, you got a dope-ass house, you got it placed in the middle of Mordor, and then all of a sudden, football game goes out, bang, it's Zuckerberg, and he's got something to tell you. It's just like, fucking picture a Goatsy, he's like, hey Charles, we saw you visited Goatsy recently, you like spread buttholes, here's some butt plugs, you know, and you have to like exit out of it or wait 20 seconds for them to play their ad or something. It's like, damn, just ruined the whole mood. I was trying to watch football, and now I'm just getting blasted with ads. I imagine it's going to be big on advertising, since this is a way to feed an ad directly to you. It's really easy to ignore ads on a screen, but when you are in there, like in the fucking trenches, living it, I think it's going to be a lot easier to convince people to buy things they don't need. Like, just look at it in the real world. You can sell something to someone's face far easier than you can just passing out flyers or putting on like a commercial. So I think it's going to be a lot more successful from like brands and shit. And I feel like people are going to spend far more money in the metaverse than they currently do on Facebook. That's just a guess. I'm just speculating, but I do imagine that's going to be pretty huge there. Like I said, though, overall, I love this future-y idea where we're all just really jacked into the fucking cyber mainframe. I think it's cool. I've always thought that would be cool and be able to do things in a virtual reality space. Though I don't know if Facebook is really the company to lead the charge and make it the best it can be. Facebook is probably the company I have the least amount of respect for. So it's not like I'm super happy that it's them that's leading this charge. But yeah, I can't call them Facebook anymore. They're Meta, which, you know, maybe that name is scary enough to get people off of the platform. I know, like I said, old people are already afraid of the metaverse, so perhaps they'll just up and abandon Facebook entirely. It's like, oh my god, it's Meta. They're revealing the true colors. It's Demon 666 Meta. It's evil. We got to get the fuck out quick. So maybe just them changing their name to Meta was enough to scare people away. That'd be pretty fucking cool. But I mean, yeah, anyway, I just wanted to talk about this real quick because I found it really fascinating that a company as large as Facebook would change their name like this. Now, of course, they're in so much hot water with all the crazy shit going on with Facebook right now and all of the trouble they're in. So I imagine maybe rebranding from Facebook to Meta was a way of like pushing all of that under the rug. So it's probably more than just like, hey, we believe in the metaverse so much. It's more like, hey, this is pretty helpful timing. Let's just change our name and hope people forget a lot of the stuff we are now being outed for. So that's probably the most likely scenario, the more I think about it, honestly. But I thought it was worth at least talking about anyway because, you know, everyone's heard of Facebook and now it's called Meta, which is a stupid name, to be honest. That's about it. So yeah. I'm sure all of you have seen at least one of those extreme over-the-top PSA commercials where it delivers its message in the most frightening way imaginable, like it's fucking Michael Bay directing it. So, like, the most popular one I think is the "Be careful with speeding," and it's a car that, like, breaks it out in front of another car and then starts tumbling because it was going so fast, and then it crashes through some bushes into a child's birthday party and just fucking splatters, like, 8 kids, gets, like, a goddamn Kilimanjaro Halo 3 style with, like, just this car blasting through them. It's like, you could have not killed all these kids if you just were going the speed limit. Or another really popular one is workplace safety, and it's this lady who has this giant pot of boiling water, and she's like, I'm about to have a workplace related accident, and then she slips like it's fucking Looney Tunes on a banana peel, slips, throws the boiling water on her face and lets out a blood curdling screech, and her face is melting like Harvey Dent. It's just fucking putting the fear of God in people with its message. Well, I'm sure we've all seen that, but what if we had that level of extreme nature, but for sadness, and unintentionally? Let me show you the most recent Metaverse commercial that's airing during the Super Bowl, apparently. The Metaverse is just getting sadder and sadder with every advertisement. I've got to mute the music here because of DMCA, but it's Don't You Forget About Me. But let's just imagine they were playing like 2019 Guy or a Boner Jam like that here. Yeah, but full-blown Five Nights at Freddy's security breach style shit here. Imagine thinking this is a good idea to get people excited about the metaverse, to make the most depressing scenario imaginable. This is like an ASPCA commercial, but for cyberspace. I think the audience is supposed to relate to the dog and project their life onto the dog's sad existence here. Like, man, look how happy that dog was. I remember when I was happy too, singing and dancing, having a hoot and a holler, and then everything just slips away. The melodramatic existence cycle continues. You know, we're just a cog in the wheel of time. The machine keeps turning, life's passing you by, you're down on your luck, falling out of the back of a pickup truck, living on the streets, and then all of a sudden you're caught in a goddamn hydraulic press ready to end it all. I just truly can't wrap my head around this idea at all. Who is this even marketed towards? Emo 18-year-old furries? Like, I don't get the idea here. And the song in the beginning, Don't You Forget About Me, is even more of a tearjerker because it's like Metaverse already knows people are starting to write it off as a joke. So it's like a last-ditch effort. Like, this is very meta of the Metaverse. Like, hey, we know you guys don't really appreciate us and we just took like a 50% nosedive in the stock market, but check out this animatronic dog that's about as depressed as we are. Who's hyped for the Metaverse Quest 2, huh?
Closing time! Get out, please. Stop playing, please. Let's go, folks. Come on. Mutual lift. Let's go.
Hoorah! The day is saved thanks to the Metaverse. Some kind stranger just strapped a fucking VR headset to a mascot dog at what I think is a car dealership. I don't even know. Comic-Con or something. I don't really get it. I don't know who would even do that. It's not like a prank or anything. Maybe this dude knew that the machine had a soul. So he's like, here, might as well just lock them in this sarcophagus of the Metaverse here. It just makes no fucking sense. Now this poor guy's forever trapped in VR chat, or like the Roblox Meep City, whatever the fuck's going on here in the Metaverse. Because he can't take it off. It's not like the dog has any means of getting that headset off, so this is just going to be his tomb. So if it ever runs out of battery, or God forbid a power outage, he's going to be trapped in eternal darkness there. So it's actually a pretty cruel existence. I have to mute the audio again because Don't Forget About Me comes on full blast for its encore. Don't forget about me, more like, please forget that this commercial ever existed. So the takeaway from this advertisement, as I understand it, is the only way to escape the meaningless tedium of existence is to retreat into the Metaverse. Hooey! Let's go! Metaverse is here to stay! How exciting! Wow, I mean, if that doesn't make you feel good, I don't know what will. Everything Metaverse is doing is like the worst thing it could be doing in every given situation. Every little bit of detail and information they show or talk about with Metaverse makes it more and more of a joke. It's crazy. It's almost like there's someone on the inside purposely sabotaging at every single step. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. And yeah, I just wanted to share this because this was one of the more confusing ads I've seen. This is up there with like that Coke ad where it's like professional gaming for World of Warcraft PvP, and for some reason instead of finishing the championship battle, they all throw down their axe and drink a Coke instead to be friends. At least that has like a feel-good message. This has nothing. It's like, yep, you're miserable? Might as well go to the Metaverse so you can be miserable less because you've escaped it now into a fantasy make-believe world. Not exactly like the most optimistic look of the future. That's about it. See ya.